Hello everybody, it's Coffee Stitcher with take 2 of video 298. I received a phone call in the middle of the video, and apparently that cut the sound out. So, I will be reshooting. So, hey. Um, so to those that had already started watching, and obviously didn't finish since it stopped halfway through, um, thank you for the well wishes. As many of you know that follow me on Instagram or Facebook, my father passed away on Friday. Um, he was diagnosed with COVID on Monday, was gone Friday morning. I'm not going to go into too many details. You can follow my story. I did archive that one because I felt like it was necessary. But he passed. So, um, that's about all I'm going to say about that for now. I'll say a little bit more at the end. So there's only a little haul this week to speak of, but you'll see it here in a little bit. There was some Q&A. As always, remember, I do love the Q&A, so drop me some more because I will always take it. All right, so let's dive into the Q&A. How is everyone this week? Good, that's good to hear. So, first question comes from Veronica Shannon. She has 2 questions. She first says, I would love to join a SAL. Can you recommend some good ones? And my answer to that would be, well, that's going to depend on your tastes. We're at the point where most of the big annual stitch-alongs are about to be announced. So I would kind of pay attention, see which companies you like and what themes they announce. I'm personally currently really enjoying the Dark Queen of the Seas Sal. I like a lot of the Stitching Book Club ones. The Frosted Pumpkin usually does some really cute things. So I would pay attention to those and see what sort of interests you. Because not everyone is going to like the same things, which is fine. That's how the world works. So, which leads to your next question, that she says, I would love to do another round robin, but I have not been able to find one. Do you know of any Facebook groups I could join to do a round robin? So, for those who don't know, a round robin is when a group of stitchers pick a design and they each stitch a specific part of it, and once their part is done, they pass the project and everything along with it to the next person. Now, that works real well for a lot of people. Personally, it does not work for me. I don't like the pressure of that. I don't like the idea that I have to find people that stitch the same way I do and hope that it works out. So for me, it's not my jam. So I don't know of any myself. Maybe someone out there does know and can comment below. But so I can't unfortunately help you with that one. But maybe someone else does. Phillips Cross Stitch Therapy says, so this isn't really stitchy related, but what are your Thanksgiving/Christmas plans? And unfortunately, those have drastically changed as of Friday. So I don't really know what we're going to be doing yet. We haven't really decided or discussed as a family. But I have a feeling I'll be cooking the majority of Thanksgiving and Christmas, depending on what we do. Which is fine. I like to cook. Loretta Armburster asks, have you ever used the floss that comes with the kit? I found a lot of these threads are disintegrating as I stitch with it, making me switch over to DMC for the rest. The few kits that I've done have either been small or I haven't finished, so I really don't have a good answer for that question. I do find that it feels different than DMC, so I don't know if that's part of it or not. But I did at least notice that much. So I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for that today. I feel a little bit like I'm being not so great with my answers today. I hope you all forgive me, because like I said, I love answering questions. Anne Musso wants to know, and someone else did as well, how to find my OzTube videos. If you'll search for Garrett of Oz, and it's 3 words, so it's spaced out, you should find them. The Oz Talk that I do is on the Oz Club's channel, and theirs is the Oz Club all together. So we've done 2. We'll be filming the 3rd one, theoretically, I believe, this weekend. Come on, Paige, do what I want you to do. Okay, that was a little farther than I wanted you to do. Caroline, work in progress, asks, should I be washing my fabrics before I stitch on them? I don't. I know there are some people who do, especially with the hand dyes, to make sure they stay color fast so they can wash them at the end. But I don't particularly do one or the other. We may be out having barking dogs. We'll see in a moment. So I don't personally wash my fabrics. The first one that I'll probably wash is going to be that Murder, She Wrote one, because I think I'm supposed to get rid of the blue. But we shall see what happens. My husband just walked through and gave me a look, because I don't think he remembers which one the Murder, She Wrote one is. Bless you, Shiner. My new filming location is the library, which is really kind of our front room of the house, so the front door is in here. But I'm impressed Shiner didn't bark, which probably means he will randomly in a moment. Mandy asks, how do you store your fabric stash? I have a cabinet. It's in our bedroom. That's where my stitchy closet is. And I got it at the craft store that shall not be named, that I 100% will never support again. I was really not feeling great about it to begin with, but in light of COVID and the way they've handled things and other stuff, I'm just done with them. So, but I got it about a year ago. So if you check videos around this time, you should get to see it. But it's really kind of cool, and it holds my stitching, my like general arts, and it also holds my my fabric, which I have split apart by colors. Come on. Angel Van Note asks, have you heard anything about running short of thread in Owl Forest kits? I have a kit from them, and I'm stitching and unpicking very carefully, as I'm afraid I don't have enough. I won't lie, I've kind of felt the same way working on Atlantis. I'm not all that far. I'm about 1/6 of the way through it. But it has me a little anxious too. I believe you can still order individual colors from them, so if you can figure out what the color is, I think you would be able to order it from them. But I really don't know. So I'm a little anxious about that myself. But I feel like if there wasn't enough, I feel like people would have made more comments about that. I don't know. I don't. Yeah. But we'll find out. Because believe me, if I do run out, I will make sure y'all know. Because I am not a stinky poop head like that. B's and T's, thank you for the congratulations. And I hope your cat isn't too used. You'll know what I mean. Sarah Grenier asks, whatever happened to your Sailor Moon Sal? I don't remember hearing about that one lately. As much as I really loved that one, it was so dense, and the parts were coming out so fast, I got a little overwhelmed. So it's getting close to the end of the design, So once it's over, I'll sit down and probably break it up a little differently and set more attainable goals. Or really, it'll probably just become a monthly thing. Really and truly, that's what it will probably be. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, and that is the end of the Q&A. So the haul this week is going to lead me straight into the Q&A, or into the whip updates and the goals. So I got from Whip It Up Bags, I got a bag. It's a Hocus Pocus bag. That makes me very happy. So it's got Broom Squad is the fabric on the front and the back. And then the zipper inside says I am a Sanderson sister, and it says it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus, and there's Thackeray Binks, the mangy feline. So it's holding my Black Cat Hollow. I did finish the house, so I got the house done. So I've got half of part 2 done, minus the border and the stars, but I'll do that. That'll be a quick, easy thing. So my plan for this month is to finish out part 2. So there we go. I finished that up last week on Sunday. All right, so goal for the month is that. All right, then I also worked on Fairy Tale Favorites. I finished up Belle. I finished the little book, so all the mini motifs are done. So all that's left, so here it is in full. All that's left now is Cinderella, and then next month I'll bead. So I'm going to do Cinderella this month, and then I'll bead it all next month. Well, and I've got to finish the cape thing when my fuzzy stuff arrives. So this is on Sampler Gold from Color and Cotton. I'm also doing Black Cat Hollows on Astor House. So I've really enjoyed this one. I'm going to be sad to see it done. I'm going to be very curious to figure out how I'm going to frame it, because I think it's one that needs a frame with all the beads. Okay. Then, I worked on Dark Queen of the Seas, which I'm also going to work on today. I got part 2 done, and I'll start in on part 3. And I'm still going to try and break it up into parts. So we got her tits and her arms. So my goal this week is going to be the tits, and then one arm, and then one arm. So we shall see how successful I am with that. I am going to go with the WorkSafe version, partially because while, not that I'm against the nudity, but because I do take these to work and work on them, I need it to stay WorkSafe, and partially because in terms of like my aesthetic of things, we don't have a whole lot of naked women around the house, which should surprise nobody. Even ones who have tits for days. And then I pulled this one back out because I've redone my rotation and I kind of cycled some things out. This was a piece that my dad really liked. I obviously did not finish it in time. So I'll be finishing it sort of as a memorial piece for him. It's Paradise Lost from Plum Street Samplers. So here's where I'm at on it. So my goal this month is to finish this page here, which will then put me with 3 pages done. Yay! So that one I am working on, so that's my goal for this month, is to finish the page. Obviously, Dark Queen of the Seas, my plan is to finish part 3. Okay, so then we'll move on from there. So the Murder, She Wrote pattern, my goal on it is to finish the red and green, which is part of the building. The green obviously is the trees and the grass, and then I think her dress has red in it, and then the word palace. So here we are. Okay, so that's the plan there. Then we've got Adventure Awaits. This is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and this is on Mummy Wraps from Ship's Manor. My plan is to finish up Europe. So we're pretty close. I basically just have the out. I think I've got one building and then just outline. So I've also decided that I'm going to start using my project bags, even if they don't necessarily fit a theme, because I don't want to be precious about them. Plus, I keep buying them, so I need to use them. I know I've got one coming from Delicious Threads, which I thought would have been here yesterday, but Postal Service. All right. This month I am doing Nano Stitch Mo. So it's 50 stitches a day. So I completed the first one before I found out that I had to redo this. So 50 stitches, so I got the black outline here to there done. So, because I'd done half stitches. I'd already done that. So it's a little more than 50. But that's okay. So we'll finish the black up here, and then we'll start in on, I'll do the card here. I think I did the card over no, I didn't do the card up at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna at least have to do a card, because I've gotta have some way to know where I'm going. So my goal is to finish the borders on this so that next month I can start actually filling in the inside, because I'm ready. I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to frame it, because I feel like that one may need a frame too. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Alright, so then we've got Dorothy's Discovery. My goal on it is to, so here's the pattern. So my goal is to finish up her dress and the legs. And that's where I'm at. So yes. Okay, then Atlantis from Owl Forest. My plan is, technically I think it's going to be 2.5 motifs instead of 3. But here's where I'm at on it. And my plan is I've got to do the top 2 of those. I'm going to do this little whirligig dude. And then I've got the seaweed and the fishes down here to do. And then all that'll be left will be this guy and that guy there. So, yes. Moving right along on this one. So, all right. Then I'm pulling out, I'm going to work on Christmas Dreams. This is Tiny Modernist. So here's the pattern. My goal, I'll show you where I'm at, is to do the trees and the animals and the roof. That's upside down. So here I am on the trees. So I've got 3 trees done. On the Mary Englebright kit, which is that one, it's the girl in the rain with the umbrella. So it's that all the way open. There we go. So in this one, my goal is going to be to finish out her coat. And this is where I am on it. Ta-da! So we will work on the coat. I will probably use the Tiny Decisions wheel just to pick what I'm going to work on as I rotate. But we shall see. And then finally, I'm bringing back Count Your Blessings by Annie B's Folk Art. So I'm going to do the lower left motifs, which in this case is a rose, a bunny, whatever you want to call those things, and then half the alphabet. One of the ways I sort of determined how I was going to do this rotation was based on borders. So I didn't want a whole lot of like the same type of borders, like super intense ones. So that's why some things got shifted around and moved. So here I am. So there's what I've got so far. Which I definitely missed working on this one. I like this one. It's cute. So, anyhow, that is the November goals. So, that being said, that's it for me this week. I should be back next week like normal. I'm going to take this moment, though, to sort of impart some words of wisdom from my father. Which apparently this was something that was specific to he and I, because when I was telling my brother about it, my brother was completely lost. He was like, I've never heard him say that phrase before. So apparently this was just something that was between Dad and I, but something I feel worth sharing, which was that sometimes he would just call specifically to say this. Sometimes he would answer the phone and just say it to me, and then we'd continue on. Sometimes he'd call me, tell me this right before he was about to get off the phone with me. So, words of wisdom from my late father. Wake up and pee-pee. The world is on fire. See y'all next week.